my chair go? Oh, there it is. What's up, everyone? I'm back again. As you can tell, I haven't gotten much sleep lately because I've been working on developing this. I will be taking you through basically the designing of the official design of our space station. In the last part, you could say, I showed you all of my mind maps I made in order to get this thing actually started. And then I started to proceed to make all of the different modules that were then connected into the actual station itself. And that was a very good way of planning it out because otherwise I would be really confused. So without any further explanations or anything, I say we just go right into it. Alright, let's go. Okay, so right now you can see that I am picking up where I left off from episode or part 1, and I am fleshing out the more kind of basic forms. I'm not worrying about details yet because I'm going to do all of that in Minecraft when I build it. And I am doing this so that I can scan it onto my computer and then import that image into a 3D modeling software that I can make my blueprints in, which I'm going to be using SketchUp since it's super easy and I have a bit of experience with it. And then I can get different angle shots of the station and I won't have to redraw it all the time, and it'll just save the hassle. Once I was done the drawing, I took the scan that I made on my computer and I took it to SketchUp, and I just literally just traced shapes onto that image. And that made it fairly easy later on when I needed to do all of the extensions to make it 3D, because I just used the push-pull tool to extend the flat surface into 3D. That is basically the process I use throughout this whole thing, just because it made it so much easier. And if I had to draw every line individually, it would take eternity and I'd never be able to build the thing in Minecraft. So I'm glad that this is a tool. Alright, I'm actually going to come a little bit closer to my microphone. There we go. So yeah, this is actually, believe it or not, my first time using SketchUp ever. And you might find that very hard to believe, and there were a lot, and I mean a lot of learning curves. For example, there's things that I could have taken shortcuts for, and there's things that I overdid, things that I could have done in like half the time, but I don't know the program and I don't know what it's capable of, and I don't know. I guess I'm just a noob, alright? I'm a noob. You can criticize me all you want, but I'm a noob at the program. All of you techies out there, you're probably just scoffing in your chairs right now. You're like, this kid is pathetic. He doesn't know how to use SketchUp. Whatever. Whatever. Anyways, yeah, there were definitely a few difficulties with certain areas, just because, not everything was perfect, and I don't care if it was perfect or not. I just care that it was just how, as basic as it could be. I didn't need it to be ginormous. I didn't need it to be detailed. I just needed it to be simple and just understandable. That's all I needed. Nothing else. So right now I am working on the supports for the solar arrays, and this is basically, this overhangs on basically over everything on the back, and it's just where the solar arrays are at. So I didn't put them on the front because if I was actually in the space station, I would want to see everything, and I feel like the solar arrays would block the view. So I just chose to put them on the back just because I didn't think that it would get in the way. So yeah, I suppose that was a decent decision. So right now I am starting to make the extensions that the panels will go onto. This is important because if I make them different lengths, it's gonna look wonky, and maybe there might be some confusion with maybe if one side is supposed to be shorter than the other or not. And I had to make sure that this is the kind of thing that had to be kind of spot on. Now, the thing that wasn't spot on was the panel positioning, because I actually figured out one of the things was not spaced right, and it was not the same distance as the other, I guess, cylinder or just bar that the thing is on. So that didn't really matter. It doesn't look that bad. You might be able to see you might be able to see once it shows it again, but it honestly isn't that big of a deal. It's really not. So yeah. Now, there was a lot of time spent on making everything clean. I had to clean up the lines and make sure that there weren't just random lines everywhere, so that when I actually took these little blueprint snapshots, then there wasn't like a random line there. And that was something I need to make sure of, because then it would look messy, and you don't want your space station looking messy. So this has basically been the video, guys. Yeah, this has been part 2 of the space station build. I guess you could say this is the modeling of it, and then the next part will actually be the time-lapse build. These time lapses have just kind of been working up to the official time lapse, which is going to not be much commentary. The actual time lapse is going to consist of just mostly time lapse. But anyways, that is basically it. I'll see you guys in the next part. I hope you guys have a good day. See you guys later. Bye.